We haven't heard from Andy. He's supposed to be here, right?
Yeah, as far as I know, I haven't heard otherwise.
Okay. Renee, since you're kind of the next one up, do you want to run this for us until Andy gets here, or do you want to wait?
I am happy to kick us off, and then if he joins us, he can take over.
Okay, great.
So since we have a quorum, let's go ahead and get started. And can you call the roll? Katrina?
I think Alyssa can grab
Oh,
that. Do you
Alyssa,
have
would
it
you like to
available
call
to
the
you?
roll?
Yes, let me just quickly pull up the sheet.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. City of Olympia.
Robert Vanderpool.
Hello. City of Lacey. You know the chair is not here. City of Tumwater.
Mario Peter Agabi.
Morning. Thurston County.
Good morning, Rachel Grant here.
Rainier.
Good morning, City of Rainier, Ron Kemp.
Hi, Ron. Tenino. It looks like we have a Tenino representative today? How about Yelm? Nope. Confederated Tribes of the Chehalis Reservation. Nisqually Indian Tribe. North Thurston Public Schools. Intercity Transit. Did I see? No. Oh, I see a hand raise. Hello. Let's see. Port of Olympia.
Prague Unsold, and I'm representing the port.
Hello. Department of Commerce. WashDOT.
Yeah, Joanne Schuler here. Good morning.
Hi there. Let's see. Business Representative Jessica McKeegan Jensen. Could have sworn I saw you, no? Business Representative Renee Radcliffe Sinclair.
Yes, I'm here. Are we sure we have a quorum? Seems like there's an awful lot of people missing this morning.
Yeah.
We do have a quorum.
Okay, thank you so much for clarifying.
Okay, and let's Community Rep Michelle Murray.
Here.
Hi. Community Rep Travis Millar.
Hi, Travis Miller here.
And then Katrina, do you want to introduce the staff?
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. From the City of Lacey, we have John Howe and Chris Stolberg. From the City of Olympia, Michelle Swanson. From the City of Tumwater, Jeff Cook. From Thurston County, Becky Kahn. From the Port of Olympia, Warren Hendrickson. From Intercity Transit, Thera Black and Jessica Gould. And in addition to Alyssa and myself from TRPC, we have Allison Osterberg, Dorinda Merrill, Berlina Lucas, Theresa Julius, George Castillo, Jennifer McCall, Chelsea Embray, and Veronica Jarvis.
I want to report in the room is also Tracy Wood.
Thank you.
Thanks for that. The next thing on our agenda is the Executive Director's Report. Alyssa, you've been here a minute and a half now, so please proceed with your report.
Yes, I've been here exactly 1 minute and a half, and the time is flying by. It's been about a month and a half, and the time is still flying by. And this is my first TPB meeting, so it's nice to meet all of you and be part of the meeting. Hello. look forward to working with you further over the course of the year and happy to meet with any of you who would like to have a chat. I have one announcement, which is if you have not heard, we are promoting a New Year, New Commute challenge for the next month, basically encouraging folks to try more sustainable commuting. I think it's great to encourage people to ride their bike to work in January. But the goal is to promote riding transit, walking or biking, carpooling and vanpooling. And all you have to do is log 2 sustainable commute trips in the rideshare portal, and then you will be entered into a prize drawing for local theater tickets. So please help us spread the word and let us know if you need more information about that. And then the only other information I wanted to share is we're still nailing down who are the appointed members for TPB for the year ahead. So please reach out to Berlina if you have an update on that front. And those are my announcements.
Thanks, Alyssa. Has everybody had a chance to take a look at the agenda? If so, I would entertain a motion to approve today's agenda.
Move to
Motion to
approve.
approve.
I'm not sure who moved it, but I heard 2, I think. So if staff got that, that's great. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say hi or raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say nay. We have an agenda. Now taking a look at our consent calendar, we're looking at approval of our meeting notes from our last meeting in December. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. And we have approved our consent calendar. Do we have any public comment this morning?
We do not.
Thank you. Moving on along to item number 6. We're going to chat about the 2026 and January 2027 meeting schedule. Katrina, are you leading that discussion?
Yes, apologies. I had to step away from my desk for a moment there.
No worries.
All right. So first up, we are talking about the schedule. So TPB bylaws call for adopting the annual meeting schedule at your January meeting. Here we are. So this is your opportunity to discuss your preferences. In 2025, you chose to reduce trips, vehicle miles traveled, and greenhouse gas emissions for board members, staff, and the public by meeting remotely with an in-person option. Quarterly in-person meetings with a remote option occurred in March, June, September, and December. Staff will confirm whether members desire to continue the practice of meeting remotely combined with quarterly in-person meetings. So that would be our recommendation. Your meeting schedule is set for, or has in the past been set for 8:30 to 10, and depending on the agenda, that could extend another half hour to 10:30. You generally elected to take a hiatus in August, and that is consistent with council's practice. And TPB's first meeting in 2027, since we're in January now, we want to make sure that that's covered for 2027, would be on Wednesday, January 13th. So the only change to the schedule, so meeting that first Wednesday of the month would be in November, second Wednesday of the month, when we would move that to the first Wednesday due to the Veterans Day holiday on November 11th. So that is the only meeting change for TPB that is proposed. And so the requested action today is for you to take action to set the meeting dates and format for 2026. And I'll leave it to you to discuss.
Do we have any comments or questions? I'm looking for hands.
Renee, I will let you know that I just received a message from Andy and it seems that he's sick this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So I guess I'll chair the meeting. Any comments or questions about our meeting schedule for 2027? If not, I would entertain a motion to proceed with the calendar that Katrina has laid out.
So moved.
Thank you. And do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye. Raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, please say nay. Okay, we have a calendar for the new year. Thank you, Katrina. The next thing on our agenda is proposed amendments to the 26-29 Regional Transportation Improvement Program, and we'll be hearing from Sarah.
Actually, it's going to be me this morning, Theresa.
Okay.
Hello. So yeah, I'm Theresa Julius. I'm a planner here at TRPC. So this agenda item is to review a proposed amendments to the 2026-2029 Regional Transportation Improvement Program, or RTIP. January, we're already making adjustments to it. Yay. As a reminder, the RTIP is a 4-year list of near-term transportation projects, which is updated annually. So in between updates, when new projects are added or substantial project changes are made, they go through an amendment process. So the City of Tenino has requested an amendment to the 26-29 RTIP for Appendix A for 6 planned projects. So we're going to add these planned projects into Appendix A, and this is an internal housekeeping item, which will save us time in the future if funds are secured for any of these projects. The list of projects and more detailed project information was included in your meeting packet. Public comment was solicited on TRPC's website, and we did receive one comment, which was forwarded to the City of Tenino for a response. Just to summarize the comment, it was regarding prioritizing street maintenance projects in the City of Tenino, and the full comment was in your staff report. You made it all the way down to that part. And do you have any questions for this amendment?
Any questions of Teresa? You need us to take action today, is that correct?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Do we have a motion to approve the proposed amendment to our RTIP plan?
So moved.
Thank you. And a second?
Second it.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay. We have approved the amendment to our RTIP. Thank you, Teresa.
Thank you.
And the next thing on our agenda is election of officers. We're going to talk about the process. Is that right, Katrina? And actually vote next month?
Correct. So I'm happy to go over the process, and yes, there's no action today. This is an action item for next month.
Right.
But your TPB bylaws provide for annual election of officers. So a chair, a vice chair, and a second vice chair at your February meeting. So that allows you all time for member organizations to appoint your 2026 TPB members prior to the election. All voting members are eligible to serve as officers. This includes our community representatives and business representatives. The bylaws do not set term limits nor require or prohibit nominations in advance of the February meeting. So to help support the election process, staff encourages advance nominations to be emailed to Berlina Lucas. And her email is in your staff report if you don't remember it or if it doesn't pop up on your email system. But have those to Berlina by Friday, January 30th. At the January meeting, so today, current officers will notify the board if they wish to continue to serve. I don't want to speak for Andy, but I do want to recognize that in past conversations, he has said he is willing and interested in continuing to serve as chair. And I'll leave it up to Renee and Rachel to speak for themselves. So again, the roles are the chair, which presides at all meetings, coordinates the TRPC staff to set agendas, call special meetings, sets meeting time and place, etc. So all those functions that a chair does. The vice chair assumes those duties within the chair's absence, like today, Renee. And the second vice chair assumes those duties in the absence of the chair and vice chair. The vice chair and second vice chair are invited to monthly agenda setting meetings with the chair and agency staff. So there is additional work outside of this meeting for you all to participate in. And then at your February 11th meeting, Chair Ryder will notify the board of any advance nominations that are received and take nominations from the floor. And so then you will have the opportunity to vote on those nominations. So I'll leave it up to Rachel and Renee to share what they're thinking.
Rachel, what is your thinking?
Well, I'm happy to continue to serve in this capacity if you'll have me. Unless, I mean, and Renee, it's depending on what your,
Yeah.
role is and what your decisions are. Yeah.
So I'm happy to continue in a vice chair role. However, if someone is interested in moving into a position of leadership with the Transportation Policy Board, I'm happy to step back as well. I think once we know who all the jurisdictional representatives are going to be, we'll have a good picture of who wants to maybe step forward into a leadership role. So I think by February, we should have a plan. And thank you for that review of our process, Katrina. And Rachel, thank you for your willingness to continue serving if we need you. Any questions before we move on? I'm looking for hands and I'm not seeing any. And Tracy, if you're there in the room raising your hand, shout out. Okay, I think we're good to move on to our next item, which is a reappointment of me. So I will recuse myself from this vote. But Katrina, if you want to walk through the process of how we got here, that'd be great.
Yeah, so it's a little bit awkward, but as you all know, we are currently recruiting for 2 business representatives and a community representative. So although Renee Sinclair, Radcliffe Sinclair is willing to continue serving as a business representative, and as she indicated, she's also willing to serve in a leadership capacity, her seat is subject to the ongoing recruitment per the TPB's bylaws. At the TPB's December meeting, you all provided direction to staff to extend the recruitment as only 2 eligible applicants in addition to Ms. Radcliffe Sinclair had applied. Ms. Radcliffe Sinclair currently serves as the TPB vice chair and has indicated her willingness to continue serving in that capacity. And her term as vice chair ends this month. So per the TPB bylaws, Renee may continue serving as a business representative until she is either reappointed or until a replacement is appointed to the TPB. And so the TPB bylaws also state that the term of a business representative serving as an officer shall coincide with that term of office. So this creates an unusual situation where Renee could be re-elected as an officer next month, and automatically that would extend her term as TPB representative for another year. And that bypasses the recruitment process altogether. So if the members are interested in seeing Ms. Radcliffe Sinclair continue serving on the TPB as a business representative, staff recommend reappointing her to that position. That will ensure that if elected to a leadership position next month, we haven't bypassed the recruitment process. So if she is reappointed, staff will update the recruitment to reflect that we are only looking for 1 business representative and 1 community representative. And so with that, I'm happy to answer any questions or just leave it to you all for your discussion.
Thank you for that complicated clarification, Katrina. Are there any questions of Katrina and what we're doing right now? Basically, it's a 1-month reappointment until we elect officers next month. Is that?
No, this would be a reappointment for you to that full 3-year term.
Okay, got you. Okay. Any questions, comments? If not, no pressure, but looking for a motion to reappoint Renee Radcliffe Sinclair to the role of business representative.
I move to reappoint Renee Radcliffe Sinclair as business representative.
And do
I
we have,
second the motion.
thank you. Any further comment, question before we vote? If not, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 All those opposed, please say nay. Thank you. And the next item on our agenda is federal priorities and federal reauthorization. Allison. Is Allison with us?
Allison, the room is muted.
Oh, she's in the room.
Yes, good morning, Transportation Policy Board and our acting chair, Allison Osberg, Planning Manager with TRPC. And I did jump over to be in the room so that Tracy wouldn't be all alone in here. And happy to bring this discussion about federal priorities. We've had it on TPP's agenda and haven't had time for it the last couple of meetings, but it's still it's always a good time to talk about our federal priorities. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull. All right. So we're this year at the federal level, there's a conversation underway about called reauthorization. It's a reauthorization of the Federal Surface Transportation Authorization Act. And this presentation is just to give TPP members an overview of this process that's underway and to facilitate begin a discussion or regionally about what our priorities are through this reauthorization process and give us an opportunity to hear from TPP members about what priorities you have for federal funding and also maybe to spark some conversations between each other because these will be discussions that are happening throughout a lot of the year. So the Federal Surface Transportation Authorization Act is the kind of the big transportation bill at the federal level that determines funding for transportation. It's congressionally established, and it's a process that Congress goes through to renew, fund, and update various federal transportation programs. It's typically updated every 5 years. That 5-year mark is a little bit squishy. Sometimes it's a little bit more than 5 years. The current authorization, each of these reauthorizations tend to get branded with a name. The one we're operating under right now is came to be during the Biden administration, and it was the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, the IIJA. That authorization expires at the end of September of this year, and that's why there are already a bunch of discussions underway to talk about reauthorization. So why does reauthorization matter to TRPC and to all of you? So the reauthorization process will determine funding levels for transportation funding, priorities for transportation funding, and eligibility for future pots of money. It defines how much formula funding is distributed from the federal government to states and sometimes directly to MPOs like TRPC and sometimes through states to MPOs. For TRPC, it's where we get a lot of our base funding that funds our UPWP and many of our programs. And so if you look at TRPC's budget or over the course of the year, we're talking about various programs that we're doing through our transportation program. Some of those sources of funding are through the Federal Highway Administration, their planning funds, which get labeled PL funds, the Federal Transit Authority, FTA, Section 5303 Metropolitan Planning Funds. So that's some of our base funding. And then particularly for those who've gone through call for projects process distributing federal funding, these pots of money that we talk about a lot at TPP are all determined through the federal reauthorization. So the Surface Transportation Block Grant, Transportation Alternatives Funding, the Congestion Mitigation and Air Quality Program, or CMAQ, things like the Carbon Reduction Program, which was a new funding program that was created in the IIJA, the Highway Safety Improvement Program, and there's a bunch of other, most other transportation funding pots that you or your jurisdictions have access to comes through this package. Another reason reauthorization matters to TRPC is that they generally include some mix of formula funding, like I talked about, and competitive grant programs. And competitive grant programs are often developed to help drive priorities of the administration in place when the authorization is determined. And so past or existing competitive grant programs are things like RAISE, the Rebuilding American Infrastructure with Sustainability and Equity, the Bridge Investment Program, one that many jurisdictions, including TRPC, have accessed is the Safe Streets and Roads for All, SS4A, to do safety action plans. It's been a big push for that across the country, but also locally to develop those. PROTECT is another program, which is promoting resilient operations. It's a resiliency program. There's various rail safety grants that we've looked into for different programs. And ultimately, reauthorization determines not only how much funding comes from the federal government down to MPOs, down to the local level and to the regional level, but it also determines how much flexibility we have to use our resources and our authority in selecting projects for different funding streams. So if you folks who have been through the call for projects process, if you think about all the different categories that Paul Brewster walks you through, and we'll be doing it again this year, in that call for projects process, when we break it down by geography, when we break it down by different criteria, a lot of that is determined in the reauthorization. So reauthorization does have a lot of bearing on TRPC's programs and on the work that TPB does. And so it's a good thing to be involved in and let our federal partners know what our priorities are. So work is already underway. There was a lot of early information gathering done last year. There were some legislative subcommittee hearings, and USDOT put out a request for information that closed last fall, gathering early information from folks around the country. Anytime now, we should start to see draft legislation. From what I'm hearing, it's most likely committee hearings will start in April. That's the timeline they've set out now. But that means there are initial drafts that are already circulating in some circles. What we're likely to see in the spring and throughout the summer are different, at the federal level, committee markups and debates about the details in that legislation. And if the timeline holds, there should be a conference committee in probably early fall, because again, they're trying to hit a September 30th deadline to replace the current authorization. So that's the hopeful schedule that's out there. It's not at all uncommon for Congress to take longer to make decisions on giant bills like this. And for transportation reauthorization, it's not uncommon for Congress to pass a short-term extension of a year so that there can be more time for debate and information gathering. But right now, the schedule is still shooting for fall of this year. The U.S. Department of Transportation has put out notice of what their priorities are in this reauthorization package update. So those priorities, they've said, are enhancing transportation safety, really looking at fixing bridges, support for transportation workers, support for pedestrians, truck parking, which is something we've talked about in our region, and thinking about use of autonomous vehicles. They're looking to accelerate the speed that projects are completed, and hoping to do that by reforming NEPA, the National Environmental Policy Act, and permitting, so streamlining the permit process and increasing the use of technology to make transportation projects not take so long to get in place. They're looking to use reauthorization to promote economic growth, investing in infrastructure that expands capacity, a real focus again on relieving congestion and supporting commerce. And they're looking for ways to support more private sector investment in transportation programs. And there's been a lot of discussion about what under this reauthorization partnerships with states and other stakeholders will be. What is the relationship between the federal level, including down to MPOs? Is there a more direct relationship between the funding from the federal government that comes down to the regional and local level, and how much of that balance goes through states and then down to the local level? But there's a real interest in this administration that whatever is done in the reauthorization should be prioritizing federal interests. So some of the issues you'll hear come up in discussions around reauthorization is what is the right balance between formula funding and discretionary grant programs. Like I mentioned, there are programs like SDBG and CMAQ. Those are formula style, or they just programmed out, and TRPC at Washington State, and then TRPC, there's kind of a formula, and it all just kind of comes down, and then we decide how to prioritize what we do with that funding. The IIJA created a lot of different competitive grant programs, and there's a lot of discussion about how many of those should continue and what is the correct balance between those program formula funding and different kinds of discretionary grant programs. There's pros and cons to both approaches in terms of how they can prioritize different sorts of things. But in the interest of sort of streamlining administrative parts of accessing the funding, formula funding tends to be, it's a little more streamlined. You don't have to go through as many administrative hurdles. And so there's definitely part of the discussion is leaning more toward formula funding and reducing the amount of discretionary programs. So that's something that's under discussion. At the same time, there are certain discretionary programs that have been really popular, have really, folks have utilized a lot and may want to see continue. So things like the SS4A, the safety grant program is a big one. RAISE gets discussed a lot, and PROTECT. Another major theme that is being discussed in this reauthorization is what to do about the Highway Trust Fund. The Highway Trust Fund is sort of the major pot of money where the gas taxes go into for the federal government. And we're having the same discussion at the state level about as our cars become more efficient, we're getting less from those taxes. And so in Washington State, we've talked about road user charges and how to do those differently. They're having that same discussion at the federal level. So the chart that's shown here is over time, the purchasing power of the federal gasoline tax in the Highway Trust Fund. And so there's a lot of concern that the Highway Trust Fund will run out of money as soon as 2028 on the trajectory it's on now. And there's a lot of discussion about how to shore up the Highway Trust Fund through adjusting the gas tax, adding fees for electric vehicles. There's some discussion about mileage-based user fees, or continuing to refill the Highway Trust Fund by taking the money from somewhere else or through subsidies. So that's just another of the issues that's out there, and that folks will have a lot of opinions about. So that's an overview of the context for federal transportation reauthorization. There are discussions happening locally, including with our federal elected officials. Now's a really good time to talk to them about what our priorities are for federal transportation funding. And it's also what we know they want to hear about is how does federal funding make a difference in our community? What are local projects that tell the story of our federal funding needs in our region? And the more we can help articulate those and give that information to our federal representatives, the better they can represent us in these ongoing negotiations. So we wanted to queue up this discussion for TPB and see If there are any discussions happening in your jurisdictions or with other folks that you meet with about federal priorities, what you think local priorities we should emphasize, and any particular projects that you think really highlight the impact that federal funding can make in our region. And I'll stop sharing for now and open it up to folks.
Any questions for Allison? Robert?
Yeah, I always find it funny to read what the federal government thinks that we should be spending money on, compared to what you want in your community. I would say, for the city of Olympia, when I would say the highest priorities are, getting accessibility going, getting more multimodal investments, right? Like, this year I'm going to be on finance committee, and one of the items I've pushed to put on there is in 29, a lot of our bonds are going to be paid off. And we're going to be looking into planning around redoing a lot of our arterials, because for me, getting those main arterials redesigned to have multimodal infrastructure and safety matters the most, right? And so for me, my priority is the urban areas in our community, not the highways. And so that I would say that's for the city of Olympia, that's probably the most important thing, is to get more and more funding, particularly as we're finishing up Phones Road as an example. And also our projects like Capitol Way redesign. Just ensuring we have funding for those projects going forward is probably the highest priority for us.
Great.
Any other questions, comments? I'm looking for hands.
For other jurisdictions or their priorities you've been talking about for your transportation system, of if you think ahead over the next 5 years, and then it carries out a little bit longer than that, where do we need federal support to get work done that we need? And we've got a lot of big initiatives, a lot of small things that we want to do, but I am curious, as folks are coming in, what do you see as the priorities? I know you guys have opinions.
I can tell you our priority, one of our major priorities is and has been our Yelm Loop.
Yep.
Right.
You guys know that because I've mentioned it 100 times over the last several years.
Absolutely.
I also, coming in from Yelm, I had an opportunity to drive through, well, actually all 3 jurisdictions to get here. And the one consistent thing I noticed is that I don't think we're spending any of our resources picking up any of the trash along the sides of the highways and the roads, whether that be Yelm Highway or Pacific Highway, or even coming down through Tumwater there. I think that's something that needs some attention put on it, because it's pretty rough out there.
Thanks for that, Tracy. Rachel?
Yeah, I would echo that. What Tracy was saying is that, there are several projects happening in Yelm, one's locally funded, one state funded, one is more federal dollars. And so all of those projects are really important. The Martin Way corridor for Thurston County is a priority. I don't know if I was trying to look at the RTIP, anyway, I was trying to figure that out, but I know that that's another project that we are concentrating here on.
Michelle?
So one of the things that I would like to see is I would like to see more of our mobility impaired people out and enjoying our community. And, as we all know, I strongly advocate for that. And I know that as we have been moving forward with projects, we are keeping an eye out to ensure that sidewalks and crossways are designed in a manner that allows for the safe usage of those in wheelchairs, whether they're manual or electric. But I also think the second part of that piece needs to be to reach out to that community. Because I know that when I had to use a wheelchair, it was so difficult and so onerous that it was like I didn't even bother. And I think that even as we make these improvements going forward, the community may have already given up because they weren't able to access things. And so I think as we, ensure that we have that infrastructure in place, that we reach out to that community. And I know that, with inner city transit, there's a lot of people that use the, I forget the name of it, but you know what I'm talking about.
DART, yeah, DART.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is to let those people know that, hey, like in this area, we just put in some new sidewalks and crossways and, because I think if we can do that, we'll see more of those members of our community out in the community. Just like we saw in the pandemic, a lot of people weren't aware of how many people were socially isolated prior to the pandemic, and the pandemic brought that out, and that's why there's still so much programming available online. And so I think we kind of need to do the same thing as we move forward with our infrastructures to reach out to those communities.
I appreciated your comments about working with Intercity Transit and their DART program to reach people. Are there other ways that we could better um, uh, do informative outreach to that community that you can think of?
There's the van program that picks people up that have mobility issues. That'd be another area to talk to, but also reaching out to our veteran community. The Lacey Veterans Hub, we have a lot of veterans with mobility issues. And as we know, veterans, we kind of sometimes lead the way. And so engaging those places, some of our elderly communities, not just Panorama, but just any of the places that sorry, I'm having a problem with my words today. Any of the communities that, do senior housing,
right?
And also affordable housing, because a lot of people with mobility issues live in affordable housing. So just reaching out to those communities.
Okay, thank you for that.
You're
Travis.
welcome.
Hi, thank you. As a community representative, I'd hate not to take the opportunity to just ask for anything we can do to improve pedestrian safety. It seems really topical right now because this is anecdotal, but it seems like every week I'm reading about a new pedestrian death in Thurston County. And I don't like seeing funds going to improve roads and highways that go through our communities. And obviously, as a resident, I want to see transportation within our community be improved. And I think there's a lot we can do with mobility, pedestrian safety. I know in Olympia, for instance, we have hundreds of sidewalk repair issues. And, when they did the math, it was, with current funding, it would take over 100 years to address them all, right? So we have to be choosy about which ones we fix. There's a lot of work to be done out there. So if we can pour money directly into the community, even just the small things, I think it would make a big difference.
Thank you for that, Travis. Any other comments or questions? This is your opportunity to talk about federal priorities. So hopefully you have some thoughts.
And in the room?
Oh, Tracy.
I just wanted, to kind of off of what the previous speaker just mentioned. I don't disagree with the we need to put attention on our city streets, the streets that aren't sending people straight through town. However, in our region out in South County, that is one of our major problems that's impacting our local streets. Is pretty much every day is rush hour through Yelm now, and it's stop and go traffic, which as most people know, people will start figuring out different routes through, which is what we're faced with at this point. So I don't disagree with him, but I think it's important to keep our eye on the prize here and continue to work on avenues to get people through our communities that are in fact going through. As any of you've traveled out in South County know, we have a lot of rural folks that live beyond Yelm and out in the Pierce County area as well that use that as their normal path of travel. So I just wanted to make sure that we don't lose sight of that it is very important. I agree, and I think that we are in a kind of behind the eight ball on our surface roads. As I mentioned earlier, throughout the communities that I traveled through to get here, the jurisdictions, it seems like all of us need to kind of focus on that as well as not losing sight of making sure we can get them through when they need to get through.
Thank you for that, Tracy. Anyone else?
Looks like
Robert. Yeah, Robert.
Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit to that about particularly with Olympia. When we do have to resurface a street, we're trying more and more to make it more accessible and add the needed infrastructure to make it more multimodal. And I think a lot of the times it's expensive to do that. And so if we're thinking about federal dollars and federal priorities, when we do have to resurface in our urban areas in Olympia, we do need to be able to have the funding and be deliberate to ensure that if we're going to redo a section of a street, that street has those enhancements in it, right? That it has those crosswalks, raised crosswalks, and it has the protected bike lanes, and it has the sidewalks, so that we're thinking about all forms of transportation. And I think I even would love to inevitably, if we're thinking about the next 5 years or so, thinking about, I'm glad Martin Way got brought up, but thinking about bus rapid transit requires bus lanes. And that's something that I'm highly interested in having the fund to do in the city limits, particularly east-west and, down Capitol and so on and so forth, different various directions that we need to as demand increases, so that getting around by bus is not stuck in traffic. And so there are those things that we have to think about.
Thank you, Robert. Any other comments, questions?
I'll just wrap it up. Thank you all for these comments. If you, I encourage you to kind of bring, and we can share the slides with the questions, talk about them with your seatmates and on the other groups that you're in. There will be ongoing meetings that TRPC and others will be having with our federal delegation. And so I think the more we can think about these needs now, and you can let me know, let Alyssa know what's on your mind. Let Katrina know, let our chair and vice chairs know. So this isn't, there'll be more to come. And we gave the same presentation to council earlier this month. They were really interested in hearing what TPP had to say on this topic. And so we'll be reporting a summary of some of this out to them. And so just more to come on that. We'll report back later as reauthorization moves forward.
Thank you for that, Allison. And if we have no other business this morning, you're going to get some of your morning back. With that, we are adjourned, and thank you.
I have a quick question.
Sorry.
And it's not about the federal stuff. It's just about my role as a community representative. I'm still going to be showing up for the February meeting. Is that the plan?
Michelle, you are in your position until you tell us you have to step away or we find a replacement for you. So when you are ready to say, see ya, let us know if we don't have a replacement before then.
Okay, well, I can tell you that based on what I've heard from my immigration attorney, I'll most likely be leaving Lacey for Spain March 16th.
Okay.
But if you don't have somebody as a replacement by then, I will you know, I'm happy to continue to show up from Spain. It'll be a little easier because it'll be the evening there. But you know, I just want to let you guys know kind of the timeline there.
Gotcha. Thank you for that. And I'll
Thank you.
talk to you offline about it.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Michelle. Anything
you.
else?
Nope, that was it.
Okay, now we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody.